Then some resources. Yeah. So some resources are involved. Okay. Human resources, physical resources, financial resources. So these are all required to realize some output. Why we are doing all this? To satisfy human needs, human wants, human desires. Okay. But remember that resources are very limited in supply, isn't it? So resources, they are very limited in supply. And so business involves what? We have to identify resources. Then we have to evaluate those resource qualities. And then we have to buy these resources. And finally, we have to utilize them. So in general terms, that is getting raw materials and converting them into finished goods. Okay, how? By identifying what resources are to be needed, what raw material do we need, what machinery has to be needed, so that we can convert them into finished goods. So first thing is we have to identify the resources, then we have to evaluate. See, there would be plenty of suppliers providing the same raw materials, but some may be less qualitative and some may be more qualitative. So therefore we have to recognize and evaluate, so that cost benefit analysis must be done. At what cost we are getting more benefits. So therefore we have to see and evaluate such things regarding the resources needed to convert a raw material into finished goods. Okay, then from which supplier do we buy? So then buying process would be there, and then we will utilize it, right? So this should be remembered, that as a people of commerce and management, we do need to understand that there are limited resources but unlimited wants, right? Now when you take just a case of just cleaning your teeth, there are plenty of products available there, from neem twig till ayurvedic products and all, and some even electrifying brushes are available nowadays. Okay, and artificial intelligence is such that a robot can clean your teeth. So to that extent, products are being modified, but we have to understand that wants are unlimited and resources are limited. So it is the business people who has to make a good choice by identifying which resources they have to, when you compare to human or physical or financial resources, to what extent they have to use, that have to be identified. Okay, and then it should be selected. So choice plays a vital role when you are selecting from different alternatives. So all this process we are doing it because the first feature is business is an economic activity. Now, when we come to the next feature of business, a business organization, when we talk about business unit, we call it as an economic unit. Okay, see, as I told you before, we are transforming or we are converting. What we are converting? Raw materials or some inputs to finished goods. Why we are doing all these things? To meet the requirements of the people. Okay, the selection of input, the size of procurement, they all depend upon the size of the organization. See, when you have an handicraft industry, or when you compare Tatas and Ambanis and all, their resources are different from a small scale industry or a cottage industry, right? So that always depends upon the size and the location also of the organization. All these things have to be attended. How? By identifying whether resources available with us are fetching us profits or not. Okay, whether there is a surplus or not. Only when the surplus is achieved, the business units, they grow. Otherwise, it would be stagnant. The slowdown process starts. So you have to see that the business units, they grow when you have surplus with the organization. Okay, so only economic efficiency, they can earn some benefits to the firms in a better manner. Okay. Third feature of business is it's a decision making process. Then what is decision? Yeah. Now, see, I'll just give you an example. If you want to go to a party, right? So what you'll do, you'll just open your wardrobe and you'll see which dress might suit me. What is the occasion? If it is a birthday party, then which dress may suit me? If it is a marriage party, no, which dress I have to wear so that I look very gorgeous in that party, right? It's a simple day-to-day activity, but when we open our wardrobe, we'll see plenty of dresses, no, hanging over there. We can't just take one and just go. No, we'll be thinking, no, okay, how best I would be looking. So among no 10 dresses hanging there, do you wear all the 10 dresses and go? No, no. You'll just take the best of that, right? And you will see yourself before the mirror that yes, this is making me good looking so that I can attend that party. So see, for a simple day-to-day activity, there are plenty of alternatives available. There are 10 dresses available before you, but you won't wear 10 dresses. You will choose the best one. So that is called as decision making. So in the terms of business and economic and commerce activities, what we do say is picking or selecting the best alternative among the available alternatives is nothing but decision making. So therefore, business, it involves decision making at every juncture, at every point, whether it is the location of the business, whether to buy raw materials, whether to buy raw materials from Mr. X supplier, whether to convert that raw material into finished goods by using the machinery prepared or made by Germany or Italy or Japan or China or India. So likewise, not just converting the raw material into finished goods. Now, to which market should I send my products? Should I deal my marketing process through platform, social media platform, or retailers or wholesalers, right? Who are my customers, whether young people between the age of 19 to 35 or people, children below 8 years, who are my customers? So every point of business activity, they need to make some decisions. Okay. So therefore, we call that business decision making is essentially an economic process. Okay. And if the objective of business unit is just maximizing profits, then what they have to do? They have to minimize the cost and maximize the revenue. Okay, I'll give you just example. If you go to a vegetable vendor, if you want to buy bananas or tomatoes or onions and all, if they say 10 rupees per kg, okay, and they themselves will say, if you take 3 kgs, I'll give you for 8 rupees. Now tell me, what you'll do? Yeah? Suppose onions, you need it for the month, isn't it? So instead of taking 1 kg for 10 rupees, you will do what? Purchasing
We'll
of,
buy more.
yeah, you'll buy more, isn't it? Yes. So because you can save 2 rupees on that, right? So this is called economies of scale or scale of economies, right? So this is how the business people, they try to buy more with less quality but same quality. Okay, quantity may they'll increase, and by minimizing the cost, they're in turn they are getting some profit, isn't it? So likewise, they try to make some profits. Okay, when you look at the cost side, the business unit, what they do, they identify, they procure and utilize resources in the optimal way. Okay, and on the revenue side, they should determine the price, which would facilitate what? Maximization of revenue. Okay, so these are some of the features of business. Okay, now see, the concept of business is changing, right? From the olden days, it was barter system in the olden days, but now we have many media, yeah, platforms by which we are buying and selling goods, isn't it? So the lot of changes is happening in the concept of business. Okay. Now, from a product-driven stage, business now they have come to consumer-centered and driven stage. Okay. While the earliest concept, no, it was just sell what is produced. Okay, whatever you have produced, just sell it. But the modern concept is produce what is wanted by the customer. Okay, so what is wanted by the customer, that only has to be produced. So this is the major concept, major change. So therefore, every business, what they have to do, have to look at what consumers wants are, desires are, likes are. Okay, right? So every business, they depend on consumers and their ever changing needs. See, I may be happy with Colgate toothpaste, but after 2 days or 3 days, and I heard some my peer group are saying that such an Ayurvedic toothpaste is best. Then I'll change, I'll shift to that, isn't it? So it is ever changing. My taste, no, at a particular age, it will be different. In a particular, with a particular income, it will be different. Yeah, demographic profile, it plays a vital role in deciding the activities of business. Okay, so you have to always see what customer wants, how their taste and likes and dislikes, they are changing. So in this process, business units, what they have to do, they have to manage pressures from its owners and from other stakeholders as well. Okay, it should take into account the requirements of the workers and the trade unions. They should abide by the rules and regulations. So plenty of rules and regulations, no, being given by the government agencies, government institutions. So they have to adhere to the rules and regulations. They have to meet the challenges and threats from competitors. Okay. And most important is nowadays they have to fulfill the social obligations also. So you might have seen some advertisement. It may be just a sanitary pad and all. They will be telling that 1 rupee of this product will go to the blind people. Okay, so that means this organization which is selling sanitary pads, they are contributing 1 rupee to the blind people. That is just giving back to the society. So they have to follow such social obligations as well. See, on a cigarette packet also, smoking is injurious to health. It is written, right? That means the company is making you cautious that your health will be deteriorated if you use it, if you consume this, right? So this is a social obligation of that company. So therefore, business, they have to adhere to social obligations as well. Now, very important thing is to survive. Every business unit, what they have to do, they have to consider the revolutionary changes happening and happenings in technology, happening in market expansion, information explosion, right? Plenty of, by a click of your mouse, you can get plenty of things available, right? And even competitor strategies, what your competitor is doing, how they are planning, how they are positioning their product, right? So these are all the challenges of modern business. They have to know, they should know about technology, happenings in technology changes and market expansions, information expansion, informations, yeah, and even competitors strategies. Okay, so when and moreover, see, even a child, if he wants a chocolate, he'll be searching on the Google which brand is best, what are the ingredients available. I'm talking about the children of 8th to 10th standard and all. Okay, such information, no, boosting is there, no, they are being well informed. No, consumers, they are well informed, they are better informed through different social medias. So business people, they should know this also. Yeah, they just cannot ignore that consumer are unaware of their preferences, unaware of their taste, unaware of their dislikes. Okay, so such things are happening in modern business. And social obligations, the government is compelling them to meet, especially pollution, some norms, trade union pressures, that have to be curbed, like a human development index must be maintained. Cost of living of that should be taken into account for adjusting their salaries, right? So these things are the social obligations which the present, the modern business have to look into. Okay, and there is also a compulsion to provide the development of human resources in the organization, especially to achieve organizational goals. So, in simple words, we can say that modern business, no, it's like a tight rope walk, tight rope walk. Okay, you have to consider everything changes happening in and around that unit. Okay, so this is just an introductory class. I'll be continuing with business environment and all tomorrow, from tomorrow onwards. Okay, if you have doubts till here, welcome. Aisha Khan, Deepa, Mauni, Sunita, and Vishwanath.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So today that's all, ma'am, for this session.
Yeah, because I was just told about syllabus and all. I was asking,
Okay.
they're asking me right now.
Okay.
So they said, okay, you can just give them introductory. And I said, okay, I'll just give them what business is, what are the features of business and all, which you might have done in your degree as well.
Actually, we had assignments on the topic which you discussed today. Okay. We have started doing it. So it's very helpful, ma'am, what you said today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And we will be looking into the recording, YouTube recording. So again, before the exam, it will be helpful, ma'am.
Okay, sure.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.